Okay, so moving forward with our topic in biochemistry, vitamins. Yes, we have completed A, D, E vitamins. Now today we are going to see the K vitamin and start with the B complex also. So vitamin K refers to a group of structurally similar fat-soluble vitamins human body needs for complete synthesis of certain proteins that are required for blood coagulation and also certain proteins that our body uses to manipulate binding of calcium in bone and other tissues. From this statement itself આપણને ખબર પડી જાય બે જના યુઝ છે. The first use is blood coagulation. Yes, ક્યાંય પણ injury થાય, cut થાય અને directly you want to say or the clot that is formed, blood moving જે બંધ થઈ જશે, that is by vitamin K and K only. Also to manipulate the binding of calcium in bone. So it is useful in calcium binding to the bone. So calcium metabolism of the bone can also be an important function of vitamin K. Vitamin K is naturally produced by the bacteria in the intestine. Yes, naturally પણ આપણા બોડીમાં પ્રોડ્યુસ થાય છે, but as we say, vitamins are named vitamins, that is essential because their amount needs to be taken from external source. બહારથી વધારે લેવું પડશે. It is essential for production of a type of protein called prothrombin and other factors involved in blood clotting mechanism. Hence, it is known as anti-hemorrhagic vitamin. Yes, anti-hemorrhagic vitamin. ક્યાંય પણ cut થાય. Okay, just give me a second. I'll join in just a second. Yes, okay. So whenever there is a cut, say for example, you get a cut by a knife or a blade, yes, and then you want to heal that part. તો શું થશે પહેલું બોડીનું રિએક્શન you might have learned in physiology, the cascade of all the prothrombin factors, yes, coagulating factors activate થશે, એક્ટિવેટ થઈને ત્યાં આવશે અને ક્લોટ ફોર્મ કરશે, મેશ ફોર્મ કરી દેશે જેનાથી બ્લડ બહાર નહીં જાય. Yes, so for that reason it is at most important. It is also important for the essential which are the anti-hemorrhagic જે આપણે કહી છીએ prothrombin, that is a prothrombin factor also which is coagulation factor. Coagulation નું કામ શું હોય કે blood બહાર નીકળતું હોય, એ કટ થઈ ગયું એમાંથી blood continuously ooze out થાય છે, એને બંધ કરવું. Yes, so you can say it is like a seal. Yes, so once something has been broken, you apply a seal there. That is our natural body's mechanism, and that is responsible for vitamin K is responsible for such factors. Vitamin K includes two natural vitamins. First is phylloquinone and second is menaquinones. They are structurally very similar. You can see in the figure attached. What is the dietary requirement? So men and women 70 to 140 microgram. Yes, and the children 350. Yeah. Mode of action, most important. The vitamin K induced synthesis of prothrombin in a vitamin K deficient rat is only slightly inhibited by chyloheximide treatment. Vitamin K is a cofactor for the enzyme gamma glutamate carboxylase. This enzyme is required for the post-translation modification of proteins that contain the amino acid residue glutamic acid. એટલે આ એક precursor છે to an enzyme which is going to act and bind to vitamin K. In the presence of vitamin K and the carboxylase enzyme that we discussed, these proteins go through a carboxylation process. As the name suggests, નામ ઉપરથી જ ખબર પડી જાય. enzyme ના classification માં આપણે ભણી ગયા, બરાબર? કોઈ પણ એજ આગળ પ્રોસેસ ની લાગી જાય તો એ પ્રોસેસ જ મેઇન પ્રોસેસ હશે જેમાં એન્ઝાઇમ હેલ્પ કરશે. સો કાર્બોક્સિલેઝ, સો કાર્બોલાઇઝેશન through alters the structure, converting the glue residues into the alpha carboxylic acid, which remains in the residues. The functional significance of this change is that it has the functional significance of the vitamin or the change in the structure in the glue residues have a strong binding efficacy to calcium. Thus, it is support of the blood clotting pathway. Vitamin K is required for all the activation of prothrombin factors 7, 9 and 10. Yes, at most important 7, 9 and 10. These cofactors, if they are not there, the whole cascade will not get completed, and if the whole cascade does not get completed તો clotting નહીં થાય. clotting નહીં થાય શું થશે? એક નાના કટ થી એટલું blood બહાર આવી જશે, the patient will die. So vitamin K is essential for survival also. The isolated prothrombin does contain radioactivity if the vitamin K deficient rats are treated with vitamin K but no chylococamide. When radioactive amino acids were given to deficient rats 1 hour before the chylococamide and vitamin K radioactivity was found in prothrombin. Thus, data suggests that in the intact egg, the vitamin action is convert a protein precursor with a short biological half-life to prothrombin. એટલે કે utmost for you what you have to remember, just remember prothrombin માં convert થવા પહેલા vitamin K is a precursor on which carboxylase enzyme works, and through this carboxylation gets activated into a prothrombin. બરાબર, prothrombin થશે તો જ એનું factor or we can say the process of coagulation માં help કરી શકશે, otherwise it cannot help. Yes, so it is utmost important that it binds with the vitamin, binds with the cofactors, and then gives a final product which can act as a prothrombin which helps in coagulation process. Sorry. So function, what are the function? As we already described, so it is essential for the hepatic synthesis of coagulation factors 2, 5, 7, 9 and 10, at most important 7, 9 and 10. Clotting prevents hemorrhage only in the cases where there is effective production of prothrombin. સૌથી વધારે coagulation માં help કરશે. or clotting. Oxidative phosphorylation, yes, the cycle that you might be learning in carbohydrates and how the energy is generated after the glycolysis. There is Krebs cycle and then comes oxidative phosphorylation. So oxidative phosphorylation you will study that cofactors are needed, and these cofactors are produced from vitamin K. So it acts as a cofactor in oxidative phosphorylation associated with lipids. Vitamin K is needed for carboxylation of glutamyl residue of calcium binding transport between the flavin coenzyme and the cytochrome system. Now this is related to the bone mechanism. So when we are studying about the calcium mineral also, we'll see these words again. coenzyme જે પણ structurally important છે, calcium bind કરવા માટે to the bone structure. Bone is a, you can say, hexagonal mesh like structure, honeybee type appearance. એમાં જે cells હશે honeybee ના, that will be calcium that will bind and produce a rigid structure. એક એવું સ્ટ્રક્ચર બનાવશે જે rigid છે. rigid છે એટલે કઈ સેન્સમાં? It is rigid in the form that no matter what structs the bone, જે પણ તમે force લગાવો, right now I'm doing this, yes, that also makes it rigid. Yes, so a rigid structure માટે calcium is utmost important. For the calcium to bind there also, vitamin K is essential. Vitamin K helps in blood clotting, essential to stop bleeding from the wounds. People with vitamin K deficiency experience easy bruising, nosebleeds. Although deficit vitamin is rare to occur, vitamin K is not so commonly seen deficit in patients or in individuals normally. But if deficit, it can create poor coagulability and poor binding of calcium. Two important functions from the starting we have discussed. The source of vitamin K are animal fat, egg yolks, whole meat, red meat, and dark green vegetables. So all the green leafy vegetables, they will be specifically using and providing all the vitamins as a whole, but even vitamin K. Coming to the next, water soluble. Till now, A, D, E, and K, 4 vitamins we saw were fat soluble. Now we are going to water soluble vitamins, 2 main complexes, B complex and vitamin C. Yes, so first we are going to discuss and start with vitamin B and then move to vitamin C. Water soluble vitamins are found in yeast, grain, rice, vegetable, fish, and meat. All the vitamins, they have both an excessive source of non-vegetarian food and limited source in vegetarian food. These are essential coenzymes required in energy releasing mechanism. They also act as a coenzyme for metabolism of protein, carbohydrate and fat. જેમ જેમ તમે મેટાબોલિઝમ સાયકલ્સ બધી સ્ટડી કરશો, સ્પેસિફિકલી ફોર ગ્લુકોઝ, ફોર કાર્બોહાઈડ્રેટ્સ, ફોર ફેટ, તમને ખબર પડશે કે ક્યાં કયું એન્ઝાઇમ or ક્યાં કયો વિટામિન is that essential to providing such nutrition. These include vitamin B1, B2, B3, B5, 6, 7, 9 and 12. Yes, 8 B vitamins and 1 vitamin C, that is ascorbic acid. So we'll start with at least thiamine and we'll try to cover 2 at least B complex vitamins. B complex vitamins are excessive, abundant. Yes, they are found specifically with water soluble vitamins. So એમનું intake easy છે, excretion easy છે, storing easy નથી, એટલે રેગ્યુલર બેસિસ ઉપર આપણે વધારે લેવા જોઈએ. It is also called anti-beriberi factor. Beriberi is a disease of the eyes. How they are affected by beriberi we are going to see. So beriberi disease છે એની સામે એ કામ કરશે. That is why it is termed as anti-beriberi factor. It is colorless, antinuretic factor and also anurin. Antinuretic factor, that is nerves ne damage nahi thava દે. Yes, antinuretic. Nuretic is related to nervous system factor. And also anurin. Anurin, A means no, nurin, that is affection of central nervous system. Anurin or antinuretic factor એટલે કે nervous system ને affect નહીં થવા દે. It is colorless basic organic compound composed of a sulfinated pyridymal ring. You can see here pyridymal ring, sulfinated, sulfur is present in the ring. All living organisms are thiamine, but it is synthesized only in bacteria, fungi and plants. That means we cannot synthesize this. ADAE આપણે બનાવી નથી શકતા. K some portion of our intestine is able to produce. Yes, but B complex as a whole cannot be produced in the body. We need to take it and ingest it from outside, and for that reason we need to consume few plants, few other animals, yeast, bacteria, etc. Contains sulfur and nitrogen group. You can see clearly from the structure the nitrogen group is present and sulfur is also present. What makes it different from other vitamins? Destroyed by alkaline and heat. So if excessive amount of temperature, જો બહુ વધારે temperature provide થાય or alkaline pH provide થશે, that is pH more than 7 to 14, anything is provided, it will cause lesion or change in the structure of thiamine and it will not be able to serve its function. Coenzyme thiamine prophosphate. Okay, so which are the dietary sources? શેમાંથી મળે છે? તો first tuna, fish, sunflower seed, wheat beans, black beans, dried frozen peas, fresh peas, cranberry beans, lentil, green peas and sesame seeds. So you can see most of them are small seeds, yes, that are you can consume very easily and that you are taking regularly. Peas, one of the main vegetable that we consume on weekly or regular basis. Daily requirement, how much do we actually require every day? So men will require 1.3 milligram, women 1 milligram, pregnancy and lactation increased demand 2 milligram and children 1.1 milligram. That is the daily normal requirement of vitamin B1. B1, yes, as the name suggests, 1, so it will be always around 1 to 2. Yes, that will be easy for you to remember. 1 men will be 1.3, women 1, pregnancy 2 and children 1.1. That is vitamin B1. Mode of action of thiamine. How does it act? Yes, so the conversion of pyruvate to acetyl CoA feeds important molecules in the Krebs cycle. Now, for this you might have already started with, I guess Fireman has already started with glycolysis and next will be the Krebs cycle. So Krebs cycle માં તમે આ step ઉપર આવશો. Thiamine or pyruvate will be converted to coenzyme A. એ CoA માં convert થવા માટે in the Krebs cycle it allows the cells to produce the energy. The conversion of alpha ketoglutarate to succinyl CoA is necessary for the Krebs cycle to continue spinning. Yes. So if I have to tell you in the diagram, you can see here, this is a complete Krebs cycle. Yes, it starts specifically by pyruvate. Pyruvate જે બનેલું છે glycolysis 3E enter થશે, it will be converted to coenzyme succinyl CoA and the cycle continues. So this cycle continue કરવા માટે it is utmost important vitamin B1 should be there. Without B1, cycle would slow, causing decreased energy production. જો એ B1 ના હોય તો શું થશે? સાયકલ એકદમ સ્લો થઈ જશે. સ્લો થઈ જશે એટલે એનર્જી પ્રોડક્શન ધીમું થઈ જશે. Synthesis of neurotransmitters, also neurotransmitters, acetylcholine. Yes, you might have heard in the action potential. Okay, synapse હોય between the two neurons or neuron and the muscle. Message કેમ જાય? chemical form માં, electrical form માં નહીં, through the synapse. So these chemicals are termed as neurotransmitters. જે message એક neuron માંથી બીજા ન્યુરોન પાસે, ન્યુરોન માંથી મસલ પાસે લઈ જાય, એને કહેવાય ન્યુરોટ્રાન્સમીટર. એના સિન્થેસિસમાં પણ વિટામિન B1 plays a very important role. Convert pyruvate to acetyl CoA as we already described. Yes, Krebs cycle માં pyruvate ને acetyl CoA માં convert કરવા માટે વિટામિન B1 જોઈએ છે. Thiamine is metabolized to its active form TPP by protein FTPK and is an ATP dependent manner. એટલે ATP હશે તો enzyme fast act કરશે and will be converted to its active form. Also, these are the functions is very essential for converting carbohydrates into energy. Krebs cycle આખી જો વિટામિન B1 ના હોય તો સ્લો થઈ જાય, એનર્જી પ્રોડ્યુસ નહીં થાય, એનર્જી ડિમાન્ડ મીટ નહીં થાય, પેશન્ટ ફટીગ ફીલ કરશે. એઝ એન ઇન્ડિવિજ્યુઅલ વી વિલ ફીલ ફટીગ, યસ, if we don't have the enough amount of vitamin B1. So that is the first function. કે એ નહીં હોય તો કાર્બોહાઈડ્રેટ મેટાબોલિઝમ ઊભું રહી જશે. ગ્લાયકોલિસિસ, ક્રેબ્સ સાયકલ, ઓક્સિડેટિવ ફોસ્ફોરાઇલેશન, આ 3 સ્ટેપ્સ છે કાર્બોહાઈડ્રેટને બ્રેકડાઉન કરીને એમાંથી એનર્જી પ્રોડ્યુસ કરવાના. યસ, ફર્સ્ટ સ્ટેપ ગ્લાયકોલિસિસ. ગ્લાયકોલિસિસમાંથી પાયરુવેટ એસિડ બનશે. ઇટ વિલ કન્વર્ટ ટુ એસિટાઇલ CoA. એમાંથી NADH2 બનશે. એમાંથી પાછું ઓક્સિડેટિવ ફોસ્ફોરાઇલેશન થ્રુ બીજા ATPs જનરેટ થશે. યસ, the same thing, if it is not there, it will not complete the cycle અને કાર્બોહાઈડ્રેટને બ્રેકડાઉન નહીં કરી શકાય. The most important use of thiamine is in treatment of beriberi, condition caused by deficiency of thiamine in the diet. Symptom include swelling, tingling, burning sensation in hand or feet, confusion, difficulty in breathing. એટલે વિટામિન B1 જ્યારે ના હોય બોડીમાં તો આ સિમ્પટમ્સ આવશે. યસ, એન્ટી ન્યુરાઇટિક, સેન્ટ્રલ નર્વસ સિસ્ટમ અફેક્ટ થશે as we described. So central nervous system, તમારા સેન્સેશન્સ બધા, યસ, even if I am feeling it. Why? Because I have intact peripheral nervous system. જો એ ના હોય તો શું થાય? or there is abnormality, ક્યાંય પણ કટ થાય નર્વસ સિસ્ટમ તો શું થશે? સેન્સેશન ઉભા રહી જશે. or change in sensation, હમણાં they are not touching તો મને કાંઈ સેન્સીસ નથી પણ burning type of sensations આવવા માંડે, that is also abnormal. So when vitamin B1 is not there, at that time the patient will feel tingling and numbness in the periphery which may radiate to other parts of the body. Radiate એટલે કે બીજા પોર્શન્સમાં આંગળીથી લઈને ખભા સુધી દુખાવો થાય અને ઝણઝણતો દુખાવો થાય, tingling numbness. Yes, vitamin B1 helps in maintaining the healthy nervous system. Utmost important, nervous system માટે બહુ જ important છે. Is necessary for healthy mucous membranes. Mucous membranes also are being supplied and enriched with the nervous supply. So ત્યાં પણ it is utmost important. It helps in the digestion of food, strengthen the muscle, and very purpose useful for the proper functioning of heart also. So vitamins, as we know, they help in digestion of the food, carbohydrate metabolism as well as digestion માં help કરે છે. Muscles ને strengthen કરવામાં help કરશે અને functioning of heart also. Coming to vitamin B2, yes, that is riboflavin. Yes, remember the name, thiamine and riboflavin. It is called the beauty vitamin. Yes, so you might be interested in it now. It is yellowish green fluorescent compound soluble in water. It is a water soluble vitamin. We have already described. The word riboflavin is derived from two sources, ribose and flavin. Ribose means ribose sugar found in several vitamins, and flavin, that is yellow color. That is why the name riboflavin. It is widely involved in oxidation, reduction, reactions. Oxidative reduction reaction એટલે આવા જ enzymes આવશે આમાં which will help and prevent aging of the body. That is why it is termed as anti-aging or we can vitamin. What are the dietary sources? Venison, yogurt, soya bean, milk, mushroom, spinach, tempeh, goat milk, mushrooms and almonds. So these are the main rich sources. Otherwise, of course, meat and other green leafy vegetables will also provide, but in small amount, small quantity. Ochi quantity ma provide person. Now this is vitamin B2. So the range is 2. So men B1 was 1, 1.3. Here it will be 1.5, more than B1. Woman 1.2, 2 vitamin B2. Pregnancy, lactation 2, same, yes, as the vitamin B1. And children 1.3. There it was 1.1. Yes, so remember the values. Values are more important, and knowing the action is at most important. Kayo vitamin, what is the role, what is the introduction, what is the role, what is the function, most important, how they are synthesized, if any enzymes are involved, what are the names of enzyme, if there are reaction, which are the reaction, types of reaction. You not need to go the whole structure wise reaction, but you at least need to know which are the types of reaction. Oxidation, reduction, any example of oxidoreductase. Yes, so all the enzymes accordingly you will be able to remember. તમને જો reaction યાદ રહેશે તો of course તમને enzyme યાદ રહી જ જવાના છે. Yes, both are simultaneously linked. Mode of action, riboflavin. Vitamin B6 is the collective term for the 3 related compound, pyridoxine, pyridoxal and pyridoxamine, and their phosphorylative derivatives. Pyridoxine 5-phosphate, which is P and P, also known as pyridoxine not phosphate. So pyridoxine 5-phosphate and pyridoximol 5-phosphate. So PNP, PLP and PMP, 3 compounds togetherly they will compose of riboflavin. Although all six of these compounds should technically be referred to as vitamin B6, the term vitamin B6 is commonly used interchangeably just as the pyridoxine. B6 principally is the form of coenzyme, that is PNP, is involved in a wide range of biochemical reaction including the metabolism of amino acids and glycogen. Glycogen is a complex form of glucose. Yes, જ્યારે પણ glucose extra હોય બોડીમાં એ સ્ટોર થશે ગ્લાયકોજનના ફોર્મમાં in the whole body. Yes, in the whole body it will be stored mainly in the liver. જ્યારે પણ આપણી demands increase થાય, we have three energy systems in our body. The first is ATP CPK system. That is, જે ATP already બનેલા છે muscles પાસે or all the soft tissues એ directly utilize થાય. પછી ATP પૂરા થઈ જશે and that will last for only 5 to 10 seconds. 5 થી 10 સેકન્ડમાં એટીપી પૂરા થઈ જશે. પછી આવશે ગ્લાયકોલાઇટિક સિસ્ટમ, એટલે જે ગ્લાયકોજન સ્ટોર છે લિવરમાં ઓર નિયર બાય ધ મસલ્સ ઓલ્સો સમ પોર્શન ઈ કન્વર્ટ થશે ગ્લુકોઝમાં, ગ્લુકોઝમાંથી એનર્જી જનરેટ થશે, કાર્બોહાઈડ્રેટ મેટાબોલિઝમ, જે તમે હમણાં સ્ટડી કરો છો થ્રુ પાયલમેન. And after that comes aerobic system. Oxygen through directly જે પણ સબસ્ટ્રેટ મળે, may that be amino acid, may that be protein, may that be carbohydrate, જે પણ સબસ્ટ્રેટ હશે એનું મેટાબોલિઝમ સ્ટાર્ટ થઈ જાય with the help of oxygen, in presence of oxygen. Yes, that is why it is aerobic system. That also you will be learning. Yes, anaerobic is glycolysis, aerobic is a different cycle that you will be learning further. તો બંનેમાં જો amino acid metabolism as well as carbohydrate metabolism માં glycogen metabolism માં mainly B6 will be at most helpful. Wide range of biochemical reaction including the metabolism of amino acids, glycogen, synthesis of nucleic acid, nucleic acids which are the building blocks, they also are formed through the process of or in the presence of B6. Hemoglobin, sphingomyelin and other sphingolipids and synthesis of neurotransmitter serotonin. So neurotransmitter, lipids formation, hemoglobin formation, amino acids, nucleic acids, all this formation requires riboflavin's presence. If riboflavin is not present, the structure or the process will become very much slower and may even not occur. Neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine. Norepinephrine is also known as adrenaline. And gamma aminobutyric acid or GABA, GABA neurotransmitter. Yes, so if you can remember the names of the neurotransmitters that are more important compared to other structures like lipids or hemoglobin: serotonin, dopamine, adrenaline, and GABA receptors, or we can say GABA neurotransmitters. Those are the which they will be useful. B6 will be useful in their presence only the production is possible. Neurotransmitters nahi hoy to transmission of signals nahi થાય. Transmission of signals nahi થાય તો there will be જો nerve to nerve nahi થાય તો જે પણ function the sensory function હોય તો એ loss થઈ જશે. Nerve to muscle nahi થાય તો paralysis થઈ જશે. Yes, that is the main implication of B6. So functions: prevents the migraine, supports the eye health, prevents and treats anemia, helps maintain energy level, antioxidant cancer prevention, and protects hair and skin. Now, in females specifically, there is higher chance that they will have decreased amount of hemoglobin, or if hemoglobin is normal, decreased amount of iron in hemoglobin. Yes, that is the term termed as anemia. Anemia ne treat કરવું હોય તો B complex સાથે iron and other nutrients or other supplements are essential. Yes. So it is essential for normal growth, first of all. Second, in metabolism, involved in the metabolism of carbohydrate, fats and protein. All the three, જે આપણા main three functions છે, three main substrates છે જેમાંથી આપણે energy produce કરી છે on the daily basis, બધી cycles છે તમે study કરો છો, એની માટે B6 is at most important, or riboflavin is at most important. Digestion, it helps in digestion, of course. Nervous system helps in proper functioning nervous system. Neurotransmitters જ નહીં હોય તો functioning નહીં જ થાય. Yes. It is very useful for normal tissue respiration, necessary for healthy mucous membrane, good for skin, nails and eyes, and helps in protect the body against the cancer. Yes, that is why beauty. Yes, beauty vitamin. That is the reason. It is an antioxidant and it protects the hair and skin. Hair, skin and nails specifically. All these three functions, they are performed by riboflavin. Okay, we'll keep it till here. Yes, so any doubts you have till now? We started from vitamin K, then we moved to B complex, from B complex in which we saw the vitamin B1, that is vitamin, and we saw the riboflavin. Now, riboflavin is complex, or we can say furthermore structures possible which are also teamed up with vitamin C. That is why B2 and B6 are synonym, nothing else. Yes. Okay. Any doubts regarding the same?